April 17th, 2017. Pond is all up and running. Cloudy day. But the water's actually doing pretty well. End of the year, I had ended up changing out the UV bulb. So the sand and gravel still doing well. But the UV bulb, I had to change that out so we could get this water cleared up, because we were getting a little bit of that tannin colored brown algae growth on the walls and everything else here. But everybody's doing good. Under direct sunlight, you can see the bottom, and today I'm not really seeing it. I can just make it out. But I think the dyes from the tannins, from the leaves and stuff like that, it always takes a while for the bacteria to grow and then to start clearing up the water. But otherwise, I'm happy with it now. And the fish, it's nice to see them. This one's getting huge, these fish. And lots of little babies, and there's a bunch of black ones, solid black ones in there from a couple years ago, the babies. It's difficult to see even when the water's crystal clear. So, and there's little Jacko, a little Chihuahua that likes to run around up there. So that English green ivy, as you can see, if you go back to the old videos when this pond was first constructed, this stuff is now growing way over here, up the wall. But it's kind of what I wanted, right? To hide the back wall here in a carpet of living material. So this year as well. One problem I am having constantly is over here, the priming pot there. A priming pot daily, at least twice a day, I gotta pull it apart, take the screen out and clean it. And that's because of the whatever residual leaves, tiny leaves that are from this tree over here. They're very small leaves. They ended up blowing and they get in here. So that they get picked up, and that's okay. But one big problem with these fish in particular, with all the roots that grow out of these plants, because these plants are blowing right out of their basket. There is no soil whatsoever in any of these plants. They're just giant balls of roots. These fish keep picking at all these leaves and then the English ivy, and that stuff breaks away and floats down the clogs. So I've ran some felt material around the bottom of these pots, hoping that'll mitigate some of these habits of the fish being able to access those roots. And I don't know if it's going to work well enough, but I may have to go with something better along the lines of maybe mesh laundry bags or something like that I can bring them up higher. But it's going to be tough, because that iris, that yellow iris, gets to be over 6 feet tall, and it's already about, that root ball is over 50 pounds. I got a strap right here. As you can see, this thing's a giant root ball. I got this strap wrapped around this plant to prevent this thing from rolling over. But you can see the felt material that I wrapped it in to hold those roots, to kind of try protecting everything. So that's the first update for the year. I'll do another update here when these things, because I'm sure in the next month or two they're going to spawn again and cause a mess. But and you see right there, let me zoom in, that's something floating. That's from these guys. That'll be caught by the surface skimmer, but that's when these fish get in there, and once they get in there during the spawn season, they start tearing everything up in here. So more updates to follow as the weather warms. But here's our first update for all the subscribers for the year. Okay, thanks for watching.